Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nerdverse Odyssey, episode 20. I'm your host, the only man in the group who has been abducted by a little old Chinese woman, Nico. Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's
hello.
up?
Nice. I love it. Oh, off to a great start.
First step is knitting.
All right, and in the panel above me, we have the one, the only, the man so rugged, even squirrels put nuts in their beard. Mr. Glenn, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm experimenting with different backgrounds, and this one is like super vaporwave, bro. So that's why I went with it, because I fucks with that.
Fair enough. All right.
I'm sad you didn't say you're experimenting with different types of nuts in your beard.
I do not experiment. It is the squirrels that do.
We accept you for who you are. So.
And on that note, to the right of Glenn, we have a man so not rugged. Pete Davidson is the only one who will put his nuts in his beard. Mr. Hunter, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, but I do have a question for you guys, and I apologize that I had to miss the last podcast, but I will make up for it with this one. You ready?
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
What does toilet paper and the Avatar have in common?
Ooh.
Ben's water. I don't know.
They both go missing precisely when the world needs them most.
That was actually pretty good. It was kind of a wet fart, but I did giggle off it.
Hey, I got 1 out of 3. I'll take it.
And then we have the fabulous, most elegant bodega owner that you could find in New York, Mr. Rico. How you doing?
I'm doing swell. Right now. So
Actually,
I need a bodega cat. That's what I need. I don't like
yes, you
cats,
do
really.
need a cat. That is true. You do have a
And he has-
Wookiee in the background, so I mean that's close enough to a cat.
Ooh. Then I just need the loaf of bread or two, because the cat has to sit on the loaf of bread, and everybody has to complain about it.
Just remember to
But
make
he
sure
has
that the
nine
loaf of
holes.
bread wasn't created with vaginal yeast.
No, it's natural ingredients, but not natural.
You could substitute the living cat for like a Funko Pop Catwoman if you've got one in the collection.
Ooh, do you have one? in the
Nah, I don't
collection?
got one.
Oh,
Okay.
now you got reason to buy another one. You're welcome. I got you.
Okay, then what Catwoman then? Are we talking like Halle Berry Catwoman? Are we talking?
I'm pretty sure
Michelle
there's like
Pfeiffer?
a Funko
Michelle
Pop
Pfeiffer
out there.
Come on, listen. We
That-
all need to take a vote.
Mm.
Hottest Catwoman. Let's go.
Out of all the Catwomans,
I'm going Michelle Pfeiffer.
I need visual representation.
You do that. What
As
about
do
you,
I.
Glenn?
Hold on.
All right,
I will
Glenn.
need to-
Let's go. Which one for you?
All right,
Or not
let's
Glenn?
stand
Sorry,
out.
Rico. Let's hear it.
If I had to
Search
pick,
your
it'd probably be-
feelings, Rico. You know it to be Michelle Pfeiffer.
I'll pick Eartha Kent.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, you know what? That's fair.
'Cause she was sassy.
Ooh.
She had a laugh on her. She didn't take no shit.
This is true.
Okay.
This is true.
Yeah, Anne
I,
Hathaway, just peak performance that she had in that film, just top tier acting.
Oh, god damn. Okay,
I-
listen. Anne Hathaway, though. That's fair.
Yeah,
I disagree with you all, and
Hold
here's
on.
why.
Now that I thought about it.
Well, you don't want to wear
Go
Anne
as Zoe
Hathaway like an
Kravitz?
like an N95
No,
mask?
no. Julie Newmar,
Wait,
the best Catwoman. Look at the photo I posted on the chat.
Oh, is from the 60s series?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Her then, not now, because she's like 90 now. But
Don't be ageist.
but
Oh.
She wants you to break a hip, you break a hip, damn it.
No. Listen, I think Glenn might actually have this one.
I think I might too.
Hold on.
Rico's got to do the
Alright,
study. He's got to get in the lab and double check. Check them numbers, Rico. What are we at?
I don't know. What is her numbers? Like 34, 35? No, I'm joking.
You know, technically, Eliza Dushku did play Catwoman in Batman Year One. It's an animated performance, but it still counts. Who?
That is true. Elijah
Oh.
Dushku.
Say the name again?
Dushku that.
Elijah, or what is it? It's Elijah Dooku, right? Eliza?
No, you have it. I'm pretty sure you have it.
She was in not
Bring It On, Wrong Turn, True Lies.
Yeah. Well, she was really young in
Bring It On
True
2,
Lies.
maybe?
She's the one that you said. Bring It On. She's the one that is. She has like dark hair, brunette, but she's like tough, kind of.
Yep.
Yeah,
Most
she was
of
in
her characters are.
Buffy. She was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I'm just gonna
Who was she
say I
in
wouldn't
Jay
kick
and
her
Silent
out of
Bob
bed
Strike
freezing
Back?
cookies.
She
She's
was
part
one
of
of the lady troop.
Was
Yeah,
she?
she was the leader.
Oh yeah, it was Liza Dushku, Shannon Elizabeth, and Kevin James's wife.
Yeah.
You forgot one more.
Or sorry, Kevin Smith, not Kevin James.
Yes.
There's Kevin Smith, and then the blonde-headed one. I think she was in Seventh Heaven and stuff.
No, there was three. Oh yeah, you're
There's
right.
four.
It was Ali Lauder.
Mm.
She also played
yeah,
the Incredible Hulk in Heroes. Just
So
without
yeah.
the green
so we
skin.
So maybe we need to narrow this down to not just aesthetics normally, but in the costume.
Movies only.
Animated movies?
Dude, that brings in Zoe Kravitz as well at that point.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Movies only.
So I have a real question that needs to be answered here.
Okay, yeah,
So
let's get
after
off
we're
this
done with
topic.
this after we're done with this exercise, do we then have to apologize by doing the Name 100 Women challenge?
No. Listen, you think we're gonna
Have
have
you
to
guys not seen that?
apologize to a group of people who don't watch the show?
That's fair. But have you guys seen that challenge?
No.
It's
No.
shockingly hilarious of just people who are like, yeah, I can easily name 100 women, and they'll get like 20 down the list, and they just deer in the headlights.
I don't even
and
think I could do
it's-
10.
I'm just gonna
So
say
much
we
fun.
probably named 30 just
Actually,
now.
you know what? That's
Yeah, right. That's what makes it great.
okay.
All right, so where are we going next?
Yeah,
Most
let's
fearless Captain.
swerve somewhere else.
Right into the
Let's
iceberg?
go. Hunter, week, go.
Weeks. So technically weeks. Man, I got so much. First, so anyone
You're
who
so
may
weak.
be listening to multiple podcasts and be able to carry the continuity from one to another might remember that I talked about My Hero and the last season being really short and only being like 13 episodes. Well, it turns out what had happened was when I procured these episodes, I only procured up to episode 13 apparently, but in my defense it was like right as like the Shigaraki battle was ending after he first woke up, and like Gigantomachia was taken down, and everybody had just barely escaped, like heroes and villains and everything. It was honestly like the perfect ending for a little mini season, which is what I thought it was. Turns out it was just like a mid-season finale, and then I got to watch the other like 20 or like 18 episodes that I missed, and it was great. And like it had the full Dark Deku arc where like the whole animation style and tone of the series just like flipped on its head. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. So that was, yep, owned up. Didn't see that one. Bleach season 17, part 2, the Thousand Year War part 2. I finally caught up on all that. Super excited for the third part of it. Animation is still absolutely gorgeous. It's again only like 13 episodes or 16 episodes or something, so it's a really short season. There's no like major filler. Absolutely loved it. Still recommend you guys watch that. The other day I was sitting down and with my wife on the couch while the kids were having their like iPad like PBS Kids game time, and we just threw on Jumanji, like the original one with Robin Williams. When was the last time you guys watched that?
Like
Maybe 3
2
years
weeks
ago.
ago.
I would say
Okay.
2 months ago.
Okay, so Glenn will probably remember this. You have the memory of a goldfish.
This is true.
So after Robin Williams is brought back out of the board game, and the like South African big game hunter is also brought out, and he's trying to find him. The game hunter goes into the gun store and asks for a rifle and drops the gold coins on the counter. The last time I watched this movie, I don't know if I just didn't pick up on it or if I wasn't paying attention, but holy shit, I missed the 90s, because when he drops the gold coins on the counter, they close and lock the doors. They hand him like an elephant gun to see if that's more like his jam based on the money he dropped down. And then the gun store owner is just looking at him from behind the counter and goes, "You're not a postal worker, are you?"
Yes.
And oh my god, I laughed so hard when that happened. It was so amazing. I miss those one-liners. They just
Well, I mean, okay, so that was socially relevant at the time because of the fact that there was a slew of different like mass shootings done by disgruntled postal workers around that time, which
there
is why that
was,
yeah,
but it was put into a
it you
PG
you
film.
went you were going postal, right? Because that before we had Columbine, we had mail carriers.
I know, but it was still just I couldn't believe they put it in a PG film. It was magical. I watched the first
It
part of
wasn't it
Bridgerton.
wasn't full frontal nudity or an F bomb. So I mean,
That's true. It met the
honestly,
criteria.
yeah, it did.
In all fairness, they can get away with more now in a PG-13 movie than they could back in the day too. Because
With
you got to
the
remember that would
PG-13
have came
film,
that would have been
you can drop one
PG-13.
F bomb, right?
I think
It's
you could
one
do,
F-bomb.
I think it might be
One, yeah.
more.
Yeah, you,
Might
no,
be
you,
two.
get, you get one. You get
Okay,
one.
so
That's why
it's
they did
one.
it in Guardians.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
In Jumanji with Robin Williams, where would you have dropped the F bomb?
The rhino coming at the police car. That's a perfect moment for a fuck.
That would have been a good one. Or
And David Allen Greer is the one who says it.
Yeah, or the tiger as it's trying to get them while they're trying to scurry onto the
Yeah.
chandelier and they fall off onto the table. That would have been another really great option.
I'm also thinking the scene with the monkeys hopping into the police car, and they pump the shotgun and shoot, and then have the cop drop an F bomb. That would have been perfect.
Another David
Yeah.
Allen Greer.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Let's
mine
just all
would have
agree David Allen Greer would have probably been the one dropping the F bomb,
Yeah.
and if not,
Oh, yeah.
Robin Williams or the kid,
he was the one trying to keep it together.
right?
And every time he turned around, it was some other bullshit, and he's like, "What the hell?"
Well, I'm a monkey now.
I'm getting too old for this bullshit. Wait, wrong. That's Glover.
Wait, I didn't know Danny Glover was in the movie. Did he play the kid?
There's jokes to be made, but they won't be made. Okay, so Bridgerton. I watched part 1 of the new season. I don't know if you guys watched that with your lady folk, but
No.
it's solid. Lady Whistledown, man, she's about to bring the thunder. It's gonna be all sorts of drama in the second half. Of the
Maybe
season
when she
drop.
Is that
sits
the lady
down,
where
bro.
they're where people are waiting for her sexual awakening or something?
So each season is about a different member of the Bridgerton children as they enter into the season of romance where they can find a partner. And so the first season is about one of the sisters.
like debutante balls and stuff like that.
Basically, yeah. And
I
then the
see.
second season is about a brother and a sister. And now the third season is about Colin. Not
Brother and sister
together.
doing what?
Not together. Glenn.
Game
Jeez.
of Thrones shit.
And the third season is about Colin Bridgerton as he comes back and starts his romance
sister
with
his little
Penelope.
finger.
And well, he does show a finger in the last episode. But yeah, it turns out Penelope, his love interest, is the lady who writes under a pen name about all the gossip that goes on in Bridgerton. And so it's going to be nothing but drama for the second half of the season. My wife is stoked for it. I'm just along for the ride. And now you get to hear about it because you won't watch it yourselves. So I'm going to let you watch it through my word pictures.
Nice.
My wife is a little more cultured. She watches Master Chef and Sister Boniface. All those murder
heard one
mysteries
of
that
those.
she's preparing for. Getting rid of my body eventually. Whenever I say some edgewise bullshit.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I
Don't
get
say
it.
that because when the cops ask, I'm like, his wife did it. His wife. He said it on the podcast.
I will
His
say
wife
I
did
will
it.
never kill myself. I believe it is a mortal sin. Suicide is not an option. So yes, if I die, somebody did it.
I also don't know if you guys have watched them, but I have watched Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
I haven't
the
watched
new
it yet.
Henry Cavill film.
Nope.
Absolutely fantastic. I did not realize until the end of the film, looking at the like post credits, where are they now thing, because it's based on true story.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Fleming is obviously in the film, working for the British government, but turns out Major Phillips, who was the character Henry Cavill plays, is the person that James Bond was based on. He
Oh,
was the real life
nice.
inspiration. And
Wow.
Guy Ritchie,
If
the
I
way
had
he
to pick a guy, I'm just saying.
right? But the way Guy Ritchie films action sequences, it's just the whole movie is so much fun. It's like it really reminded me of like, what if Inglorious Bastards was just about really fun action and not nearly as much story? And also
Okay.
we have Jack Reacher with a Swedish accent.
Nice.
It's beautiful. Uh, uh, I watched Boy Kills World. You guys seen that one yet?
Not yet.
No, I
The
heard it bombed.
do you do you guys remember Boss Fight? The movie that came out a few years ago about the guy who was living in a groundhog's world, but he kept dying over and over again. Yeah,
The dude who
it
played
came out.
Crossbones.
Yes, and it Frank Grillo. It came out a few years ago. It was just a really really fun action movie, and it really is just Groundhog's Day, but just murder everywhere you look, and it's super fun. He's just trying to get away from these assassins and figure out why they're even trying to kill him. But it's like the first action movie I watched in the last few years that had that same vibe and was just a ton of fun from start to finish. Really loved it.
Okay.
uh let's see. I watched Civil War, the A24 film.
Mm-hmm.
Have any of you guys watched that yet?
Nah.
I
Doesn't
want
strike
to.
my
Though.
interest.
It is
Weird
it is
political stuff.
No, so I was really surprised, because obviously the premise is what happens if a modern day civil war happens in America, but it's incredibly anti-political. Like at no point during the film does
Mhm.
anyone really take a side. They refer to it as the Western forces and the United States, and like to avoid any like real world political implications of like you're just trying to push X agenda.
Mhm.
The main coalition is California and Texas are leading
In
the
Which would
what
Western
never
world?
ever
forces,
happen.
with the Florida militia also joining in, right? So like there's no way you could possibly ever say
Yeah.
these teams would be on the same side in
Yeah.
real life.
Maybe
But
North Cal, maybe. But,
yeah, but it was
So Cal, you're on your own, bro.
That's right. But it was a really interesting film, and I loved watching it because typically, like it's a war film, obviously, and it follows a group of photographers, like a press team, trying to get to the White House to interview the president before the White House falls, because they're projecting it to fall in X number of months. It's the very tail end of the war, and they never really say who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. There's no political stance anywhere throughout the film, but you're just following these characters as they're clearly war beaten for years and years in this environment. And even though the action is amazing, like the way that they sweep the rooms, the way that the guns go off, the actual battle scenes, everything is top notch. But you're watching it from a completely different perspective because you're not invested in the military or in the action. You're invested in the people in the backgrounds of the scenes taking pictures and trying to document everything. So you're, instead of like being like this scene is fucking dope, like I'm enjoying it, just like Boy Kills World, where literally you watch 1,000 people die over a 2-hour movie. You're watching this, and instead you just have like this visceral reaction of how awful this situation is and how nobody should be a part of it, and the weird nature that this tribalism has put these people into this situation, how they're trying to get through it and document it for everybody else, and the trauma it's inflicting on them. So it's a wild perspective on it, and like it didn't feel like that was the way that they were trying to push you, but just the way that the narrative is told and the way that they want you to focus on the characters through the scene, it just gave you like a whole different outlook on it. It was really fun. I highly recommend the movie.
I just
It's
realized
definitely
something.
on the list for me.
You kind of look like a skinnier version of Dimebag Daryl right now.
Who's
That's a
that?
take.
I know.
Well, not Dimebag Daryl, but who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Hunter because I was just looking. I was like, God damn it, that looks like Dimebag Daryl.
I love how Hunter went through the whole details of Bridgerton and Civil War, and that's what
That's
Nico.
the
Yeah.
only thing running through
Well,
my
That was
mind.
that was the follow up.
Hey.
Wow, just
I was like, who the fuck does he look like today?
top tier content. Dimebag Daryl.
Yeah,
Yes. I don't have ADHD. Squirrels.
Right?
Somebody said
and-
squirrels?
And just because I'm taking forever, I also went through books 2 and 3 of 5 Minute Sherlock. Book 2 is about a haunted house, and book 3 is about a nefarious actions happening at a Renaissance fair. Like, whole series was excellent. Highly recommend it. Went through all 3 books in like less than a month.
So what? That's episode 3 of Loki, right?
Basically, yeah. And then I also read book 17 of Jack Reacher, Personal. Like, it's just fun. I love Jack Reacher books. I have for like a decade now because they're just stupid and entertaining action films and books. Gotta love it. And now
What
there's
is
a
your
series even better.
what is your point of view? I guess what is your outlook for season 3 now that they cast that big Dutch
That big
bodybuilder
dude.
that's 7'2"? He's 7'2", and to Jack Reacher's, I think the guy's 6'2".
Jack Reacher is 6'5",
Oh,
and I
then
know
they
this
probably-
because he's the same height as me.
Yeah, he's
So-
like 6'2". The bodybuilder is 7'2". Man, I think he's pushing 300.
Is
a
he
little over
British?
300 pounds.
He's
He's Dutch.
He's a big slab
It's
of
in the
meat.
it's in the
Dutch.
general. I posted like 2 pictures in the article.
Oh, I'll have to look at it. So Personal was the book I just finished, and one of the main bad guys in it is like an almost 7 foot tall absolute Goliath of a man. So that's why when you said that, I was like, oh, maybe they're like doing this book, and that would just be ironic timing, but maybe not because that dude's very clearly British.
No,
'cause
I
he's
think
part of a British gang.
I think that's who they're. I think that's the book they're doing right now.
Oh,
I mean,
Then
it's just been the
that would
talk
work
of the town. Is a 7'2" Dutch bodybuilder that they found to go against. What's his name? Alan Richardson's Jack
sweet.
Reacher, who's 6'2".
I just figured it was like if they were ever going to do that. In my mind while I was reading it, I was imagining like Brian Shaw or Eddie Hall, like other like strongmen, giant guy, like powerlifters. I was like, yeah, that'd fit. That's close enough. Eddie Hall's British. He's not necessarily taller, but he's still a monster of a human being. And then I also went ahead and met the original Red Ranger, Austin St. John. After
Saw the
I
photos. That was really great.
Nice.
on my thigh of his helmet.
Nice. And it's in a perfect spot where when your wife throws your legs behind your head, she can't see it.
Exactly. That's why I picked the front of the thigh, not the back. Rico, you shake your head, but these are the things you need to consider when you're making permanent alterations to your body, good sir.
No.
No, he's just cool with
I
the
can
dick
probably
tickler.
say
That's all
I'm
he needs.
tabula rasa.
I'm gonna do La Raza. We'll get out of here.
Okay,
Hey,
and
Guerrero.
and last thing for the day, I promise. You all know Papa Roach, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jacoby
Regretfully.
Shaddix, the lead singer, you mean regretfully, as if I could not start Last Resort right now and you'd be able to finish the fucking song. Like, let's
Bingo.
calm down.
Because it's
but-
been overplayed, bro. You don't know, man. I'm
Hey.
a total music hipster audiophile motherfucker. I listen to nothing but indie.
These scars remind
I was about to
me-
say, we can
Come
just
on,
do
like, you got
Scars.
multiple hits. You got this.
Actually, I
but
don't
Lynn
know
was
what
coming
you're
out like
talking
Joe
about.
Dirt. I'm a rocker, true and true.
you've never heard Scars?
What about not?
I'm
how
sure
you
I
been?
have, and I've dismissed it as derivative rap rock bullshit.
Okay, that's very fair. But however, I gotta say, I was going through Facebook videos the other day, like shorts, and I came across a acapella version of their new song that "Leave a Light On." It like I had no idea up until that moment. Like Jacoby has got some vocals on that man. Like he is a legitimately great singer.
He always has.
But just
he
for
just
whatever
doesn't use
reason,
it.
he doesn't do it. Like he
He-
could have been in like a pop band and been very, very fucking successful.
You can
his
see it in a
career.
few of his songs, specifically off the album that came out after Infest. There was a couple more melodic ones, and you could see it kind of shining through in there. Same with Getting Away with Murder, had a bunch of like actual like singy songs on it.
That's true, I guess. But yeah, I really recommend listening to it because they have on Spotify they have the original guitar version and they have just him and a piano.
Nice.
And dude has legit range. Like it's a fantastic song. I was shocked.
I mean, just as long as it's not in the same style that they typically do, I'm sure it's amazing.
Mm.
Like,
Man, this bitch
I
doesn't
appreciate
understand new
good,
metal.
good song.
And not at all.
You can't even spell new right, bro. New doesn't have a U in it.
It depends on your variation of the English dictionary, bruh.
Bruh. There's no umlauts in the English language, bruh.
Maybe not how you spell it.
You guys gonna whip it out and start measuring next? Like, where are we going with
guess
this?
so.
We can. Like, I don't want to embarrass him like that, but we can.
I got
Your
22
take on
inches,
it
bro.
kind of
What's up?
reminds me. Your take on it kind of reminds me of T-Pain when everybody seemed shocked when he was doing songs that were not auto-tune. He's like, I've been can sing like this. I just did it this way because it's gonna make more money. And then he was starting to do some of the covers. What was it for Black? Was it Black Sabbath? One of their songs. It was like that shit was good.
All right, fair.
Like, dude, he's
When it comes to like rap,
Oh, it's like
remix,
Charles Bradley doing Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath songs though. Have you guys heard "This Means War" by Busta Rhymes? It uses the backing track from Iron Man and actually has Ozzy saying some new lines in it. It's so fucking good. It's from
they're
Extinction
intelligible?
Level Event.
What?
Oh yeah, it's from the Extinction Level Event album, which is a banger of a Busta Rhymes album.
Yeah, mad respect for Busta Rhymes. He's
actually has a song with
he's
A-Pash
innovative.
that I like. It's called King. Like the beginning part sounds like if you're about to power up or some shit went down, and then you're like you're about to retaliate against somebody, like somebody enemy. Maybe that's just weird with me. I don't know.
I'm just saying, the more the music sounds like robots, the more I like to listen to it, I guess.
I like to listen to the classics mixed with dubstep. Something that's gonna make it seem like you're about to battle somebody, like in Star Wars or something. That's what I want.
Complextro glitch bangers. That's what I use when I work out, and I'm just like, and it's great. Fucking love
Wait,
it.
what's the genre called?
Complextro glitch bangers. It is a derivative of glitch and 8-bit electro.
Oh, that sounds like something.
This is gonna be
Post
dissonant
it.
as fuck.
Post it in the general.
Interesting. Yeah, post it in the general. Anything
Probably
else?
a little bit better than the
Anything
AI.
else in your week, Hunter? Man, fuck you.
No, that was it. I'm sure there was more, but that's all that I wrote down.
All right, who you passing it off to?
Your mama.
She's not on the show.
Oh,
And she's
right.
your mama
so,
too, you
no, I'm
idiot.
just kidding. No.
You have the same mom.
God damn it, let me call mom.
You boys play nice.
No, she'd be like, figure it out yourself, idiots, and then hang up the phone.
Quit fighting with your brother. Play
No,
nice.
that's
No,
wrong.
she wouldn't
She
tell
would
us
go into
that.
the same. She'd go into the same conversation like 5 times, then tell us to fuck off and figure it ourselves.
No, and also she wouldn't tell you to figure it out. She'd say, if it's not broken or bleeding, I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Words to live by, my friends. Words to live by.
Yeah.
All right, so who you passing off to, Hunter?
Oh, Glenn started talking, so I assumed he was going to take
All
the
right,
baton.
Glenn, go.
Fuck it, I'll take it. Okay, so let's see. This week, Danger Close, we have the version 1.0 dev stream coming up for 7 Days to Die. It's going to be happening at 9 p.m. Central Time. So tomorrow, they're finally going to put a cap, or they're going to talk again about how they're putting a cap on this decade and a half long journey that was 7 Days to Die. I'm not here just as a fan, but also to watch it crash and burn. Fingers crossed, they have some sort of, recovery, but we'll see. My condolences go out to you PS4 fans who play on there with your potato game. They
really
stopped
feel the
updating-
love coming from you.
PlayStation. On the PS4,
Well,
it
no,
looks bad.
Yeah, PS4, they're not getting any more updates. And PS5 will get updates, but only if you have digital. And so, it's kind of crazy.
Okay.
Like, yeah, what's
Question
up?
for the class.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
so isn't this the same game that went out of early access less than a month ago?
Yes.
No, it has not yet.
Oh.
No, in June it will be out of early access, and that's what this dev stream is about. This is, I think, their final we're gonna send it. We're finally gonna release it to everybody, and you're gonna play it for it's gonna be really hot for a month, and then nobody's ever gonna play it ever again. Dead servers everywhere. Some middle-aged tweener, who's gonna be playing it on his channel will be the only content that will have this, and we'll see what happens. I'm rather excited.
So leaving early access means no more updates to the game. They're just going to leave it and just let it.
No. So I mean,
exist?
I talked about this on previous podcasts where they have like they have a roadmap. Let's see here if I can pull it up. It's basically like next. Here, hold on. It's like next month they're releasing it, and then they're over the course of several quarters they're going to release the full game essentially, with story mode happening sometime next winter.
So
Not
we
this
were just
winter,
in
next
we were in
winter.
early access to the early access.
Yeah.
Well, it's leaving early access to 1.0. After
It's leaving
all the-
early access to early access.
basically.
Fucking
Yeah,
clowns.
it's. I know. Fun pimps, more like the fun suckers, fun prostitutes. So, anyways, let's see what else. Exciting stuff coming up in July. Junji Ito is, or I should say, Viz Media is releasing a story collection by Junji Ito called Alley. And I'm terribly excited because it's going to be another book on my shelf, and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have room because I'm a huge Junji Ito fan.
Did you ever read Junji Ito's H.P. Lovecraft stuff?
Yes,
Okay.
I have, and I'm trying to see on the shelf which one that is.
It's really good if you
is
like
that-
Lovecraft and like really
Is that
out there
is that
horror.
Mimi's Tales of Horror Betwixt?
No, it's actually called
Fragments of Horror?
H.P. Lovecraft Collection or something like that.
You son of a bitch!
Oh, now
I
you
have
got
another
to
book
find
to
one.
get.
Yes, you do. It's really good.
I'm writing this down.
It's really good. Yeah, just type in look
Okay.
for Junji Ito, H.P. Lovecraft. It's just him doing comic versions of H.P. Lovecraft stories. It's really good.
You son of a bitch! Because all right, my second favorite thing in the world, of course, is
H.P. Lovecraft. Yep.
Yeah. So
The fact
like,
that you
I
didn't
love
know
Junji
about that
Ito.
was just crazy.
I know, right? Because I mean, like, okay, so Censor and what was the other one that had the big giant eye coming out of the sky? That was
Was that
those were
Uzumaki?
both
Or Uzumaki?
No, Uzumaki's the one about the spirals.
Oh,
bro.
right. That's spirals.
Yeah. You son of a bitch. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to buy another book.
I want to say he did
shortly after
Frankenstein
this.
too.
Yes.
Okay,
That
okay.
I have right here. If I can.
It's not going
Turn
to
my
work with your
camera.
background, dude.
Yes, it will. If I move, you can kind of see it. Never mind.
And we're
Fuck.
back to the technical difficulty podcast.
So do
Never
you
mind.
believe that H.P. Lovecraft books were written by him or his sister?
So I'm going to say that it was probably done by both. Looking at the way things, I mean, like I guess the artist's voice, it makes sense that H.P. Lovecraft, in his ever racist ways, had a voice in there. But things like the candle one, and the one where was it Dagon?
Fucking
Dagon,
Rico
I
duck
think,
scooting into the frame. I'm sorry.
Dagon, I think, was written by his sister.
Focus.
Definitely,
Focus
just
on
because
Glenn.
of the because of the poetry that was behind it, and possibly actually one of my favorite ones. Color Out of Space, definitely H.P. Lovecraft because he was afraid of the dark. If the ones that are focused on primal fears, it's probably him. If it's fantastical fiction that bends the mind, it's probably his sister. So the Innsmouth racism, H.P. Lovecraft, Dagon, and the Color Out of Space. I don't know. Maybe Color Out of Space. I'm kind of up in the air on Color Out of Space.
I'm pretty sure if you are to believe that theory, the music of Eric Zahn is most likely his sister then.
Yes, I'll agree with that. Absolutely. So, anyways, enough about that.
By the way, that is
Onto-
Lehan, that is my son Lehan's favorite H.P. Lovecraft story. Is the music of Eric Zahn and the cats. I can't remember the name of the one with the cats.
You're talking about the cats on the walls?
No. The one about the gypsy boy who like some crazy farmers kill his cat, and then he like casts a spell on him.
yeah.
It's like the Cats of Ulthar or
Thinner.
something. No, I think it's the Cats of Ulthar.
No, making jokes. It's
Thinner. Thinner.
Yeah, but if you guys like that theory and researching into it, another good one to look into is William Shakespeare. There's a rather large theory out there that it was really a conglomeration of authors that came together to write his series of plays because of the words that he used that were in parts of his vocabulary, like for certain plays but not for others, only existed in certain areas of the country at the time. And so he, being a lesser than noble individual, would not have had the means to travel and to discover and learn all those words and meanings and everything else to bring back into his work. So it's rather interesting if you read
That
into
that
it.
that actually makes good sense because I mean it wasn't uncommon for writers to write underneath the name of a famous philosopher or another writer in order to get their stuff basically published and be like, oh yeah, I have this song by Bill Shakespeare. You should totally publish that and hand me money and I'll give it to him. Promise. And, or if it gets famous, you can be like, Bill Shakespeare didn't actually write that, I did, and there you go. But no, that was actually quite common, especially even with a bunch of philosophical text for rabbinic texture and stuff like that. But or rabbinic literature, not texture. Rabbinic texture. What would that be? Like matzo balls. So no. So, anyways, another
went from zero
another,
to Italy very quick.
you know me. Another comic that I recently picked up this weekend over at Barnes & Noble, as suggested by the guy wearing the Bleach T-shirt. Shout out to you, bro. Don't remember your name, but you're cool. The I was like, hey, I like Junji Ito. When is this coming out? And he's like, July 23rd. And I'm like, well, fuck. Hey, would you suggest anything? And he's like, yeah. And so he suggested something called Die Dark, DAI Dark, and it's about this like cherry boy faced character who's one of the specters of death. I'm like, maybe like
Yeah, it's
15
in
pages
space
in
or
because
something,
I keep
right?
falling. Yes.
Yeah,
and he's like,
it's by the guy who did Dororo or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And so I'm like 15 pages in it because I keep falling asleep whenever I'm reading it at night, and that's a me problem, not a literature problem, because it's actually very well done with the artwork. Another thing I'm reading right now, finally, is Neuromancer, because I'm playing a Cyberpunk Red game on Tuesdays, and it's taking place in Night City. Neuromancer takes place in that same exact universe, so I am happily finally reading it, and that's occupied a lot of my nighttime. And then, of course, last but not least, still chewing through The Dark Tower by Cixin Liu, second book out of the Three Body Problem series, and it's getting good. It's getting very good. The spell that one, fuck, I forgot his name. Anyways, I'm at the point where Bill's wall facer is finally getting shown. If you read the book, you'd know what I'm talking about. And on the back burner, there's been I've been chugging through my what's the word I'm looking for? My backlog of stuff. As with Neuromancer, I'm also finally watching season 1 of The Boys.
Nice.
I am in awe of how well that is written on screen as opposed to the comic books, because the comic books.
Listen, I love
the
Garth
comic
Ennis.
books-
I did not like The Boys. Like, it was
Yeah,
okay, but it was like, it just didn't do it for me.
So the comics are I don't know. It feels like they're not in any logical order of storytelling. And it's like
The pacing's really
all
odd.
this. The pacing is really odd. Like, basically in like the first 2 comics, you find out about Compound V, and you're like, okay, so why am I concerned about this? And holy crap, this character just lost all moral standing because he took Compound V and punched a guy through. And the fact that they revealed early on in the comics Homelander's creepy nature by having him be the guy that did the thing to Starlighter, or one of the 3 guys that did the thing to Starlighter, instead of just the Deep. which makes a lot more sense in terms of on stage just having one guy as opposed to three guys.
Yeah.
Because it's far easier to say no to a crowd of dudes, I'm sure, than it is one creepy looking fuckboy. So you know that, right, Hunter? I'm just kidding. So
He does have
What
that
the
fuckboy
drive-by?
face.
hey girl, look at my superior biceps. I totally did fuck a fish. That's just rumors. That's ignorant. You like fish sticks?
Oh god.
Anyways,
Wait. Serious question. Okay, serious question. Serious faces. You ready?
Yes,
all
sir.
right, sir.
When you give the deep a blowjob, should you use tartar sauce for lube?
Ew.
And that's
No.
the name of the
I-
podcast.
I think no. I think you should turn them around and use cocktail sauce instead. Oh,
I love how our conversations go like right and out of nowhere they just go that way.
Oh,
since
shit.
you and your generation, Hunter, are so into eating ass.
See, I hate you when you do that because it sounds like Chris Rock's joke where it's talk about a prison. Do you prefer peanut butter or
No,
syrup?
it's
In this case, do you prefer
it's-
tartar
it's
sauce
sy-
or
No,
cocktail
no, no.
sauce?
you
I
got it
prefer
wrong.
tartar
Okay,
sauce.
so Chris Rock, he was like,
Because that way you know you
some
eat.
people like syrup, some people like jelly. I prefer jelly. Marmalade would actually be the superior choice because the orange would numb the tongue.
Man after my own heart.
Anyways,
Just
so,
remember, Hunter, power load on pineapples. You'll be alright.
Also, on a completely other wholesome note with the backlog, I have introduced my children to Rivals of Aether, which is a game that is much like Smash Brothers, but
It's a
instead
two-dimensional
it's little
Smash
furries.
Brothers clone,
Yeah, and
but
it's
in the
fucking
best of
decent.
ways. It's the only
it
one that's
really is.
that's been able to pull it off.
Not to mention the fact that the in the Steam Workshop you can basically edit in just about any character that's been out there, up into including a gay refrigerator. Look it up, gay fridge fucking rocks. It's in terms of its actual attacks and tactical movements, it is the superior fighter. I can fight just about anybody on any level with gay fridge and fucking win.
So who do you want in your corner? I want Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I want Rambo, and I want Rocky, and I want Clubber Lang. It's like, all right, that's fine. I'm taking the gay fridge.
Gay fucking fridge, dude. Gay fucking fridge for the win. Like the zone of cold after you plant your pride flag is fucking great, and just in time for June. So, anyways, but that's been my week. On to you,
special
Rico.
move, cold storage.
Yes, yeah, it's great. Is that the one where you suck the character in, or are you talking about the one planted the flag?
I have no idea. I was just taking a guess based on a
No,
pun.
cold storage is definitely in the the probably one of the greatest jokes in the whole entire thing is like in terms of like the alternate colors that they have for the gay fridge. It's all the different pride flags, right? But then there's like one that's like red and black, and I haven't been able to identify because I'm not terribly like fluent on flags or fags for that matter. So the pardon my language. You can bleep that one out.
I'm not gonna.
But it says the red and black one. It says, "Is it running?" And I'm like, "What does that even mean?" Oh my God, is your refrigerator running? They fucking got me, bro. They really got me. It was so fucking funny. Anyways, that's me, Rico.
Yes.
That's your cue to do your
How was
week.
your week, Buddy Bear?
Oh, I know. I just wanted to hear you guys' voice. That's all.
Rico.
I love it. Hunter's like, I'm just gonna let it play. That's it.
I'm gonna let you do your
Cool.
thing. I was enjoying it. No, I will
That's what
let you
he
know.
said to her.
Earlier, Glenn said, I can't even remember what you said because it was so long ago, but like you had that repulsed face, like we were talking about the bread again, and just like the face you made instantly reminded me of Bob's Burgers, and so I had to post a picture of it in the general channel. It's just
Oh my
like
God,
the
what
next
is
Comic
this?
Con you go to, you need to dress up as
The
like
moment you
Bob's
said
Burger
that, I'm like,
cosplay.
oh shit, I sees it. I see it.
Yeah, he flattened out the mouth when he did like that move to pull his face back, and it was spot on. It was beautiful.
The bad thing is though, like, I mean, in terms of characters, like, I think I sound more like Gretchen, the art, Reflections art store. Like, I can do her voice to a T, according to the wife. And now you're all being silent, like you want me to do it.
Yeah, we're clearly
I don't know what
waiting.
to say.
Listen, you whipped it out. Now
I'm
present
like, I'm gonna
it.
take you at your word.
I'm not going to do that because it's fucking disgusting.
I mean, I always picked that up.
I need to take my pills. You need your fart pills? Don't shut up, Harold. Anyways,
So this is where I'm just gonna say I have never watched Bob's Burgers at all. I just know the character.
you son of a bitch, you have like 14 seasons to catch up on.
What?
Half of my identity is based on that and the Great White North.
Yeah, no, never seen it. I just know of the characters because I've seen pictures of
Oh
them.
my God.
I
Okay.
just know it because that one gif where the daughter's doing this, like she's trying to dance.
Fucking Tina? Yeah, dude.
Who's that?
So, okay. All right. Let's talk about story here for a second. Right?
You lost
So,
your chance. Go.
Tina,
Yep.
I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. We're going to talk Bob's Burgers for like 5 minutes, okay? All right. So, Tina at the very beginning of Bob's Burgers is this fragile, shy, like real guarded personality, right? Who isn't sure of herself, and she has all these hopes and dreams and desires. And throughout the seasons, right, she goes from being this kid who's picked on and awkward and everything else. All of a sudden, she like, it isn't like, just change over. Oh yay, I'm fucking fantastic now. No, she grows progressively over the seasons with each and every little episode because the story is selling so damn good that eventually in this last episode, she's the person that people are going to in order to overcome how she was. And she also goes tits first into a pile of cat diarrhea. Please, Nico. Please, Nico.
I will do my best.
I will send you a select few episodes in order to gather your core knowledge of Bob's Burgers, and then we'll come back.
Shoot those
That's
over. I'll
homework
try
for
and
you.
do
I'm
both
assigning
of them.
it. All right, thank you. Rico,
Yes.
on to you, buddy bear.
All right.
For real,
So
this time.
my week wasn't too excited. Personal life, doing a lot of stuff with band. We had a band concert for Juju. It was really awesome. My wife got tricked in possibly being a booster president, and I was like, "You fool! Should never have went to the meeting." But that's her. That's her bag now. I just hope you're getting a lot of Ubers because a lot of things. But as far as anime and TV, the only thing I've been watching is the Rising of the Shield Hero. I don't know if you guys have heard that one. I mentioned the last podcast. I actually think it's very good. I'm on to season 2 only because one of the characters finally got her comeuppance, but I wish they would have killed her, and they didn't. So for Glenn and Hunter, the Rise of the Shield Hero is basically a guy's in college. He goes to the library. He finds a book. He gets sucked into the book. Come to find out, he's one of 4 summoned heroes. So you have a shield hero, which that's what he is: a spear hero, sword, and bow hero. And basically,
This
he
sounds
gets.
surprisingly like Never-Ending Story. Just saying, the greatest book, by the way, ever
So
written.
it's a bunch of you can give example. You can find examples in a bunch of stuff because it sounds like a Never-Ending Story. He's part of these heroes. He comes to find out he's one of 4. They come from parallel Japan. Different ages, different. I think 2 of them, or one of them is in high school, 2 of them are in college.
I'm just going to say
And
that
so-
sounds like a really kick-ass rock band, by the way, with Asian influence. Parallel Japan. I would totally listen to that.
And so they're in this fantasy world. All they're told is like, hey, there's these waves coming, and you guys have to protect us because it's going to kill us. And all it shows in the beginning is just monsters and zombies coming through, whatever. But the messed up part of episode 1 is
So Steins Gate.
so basically there's a rumor going around that he sucks because all he has is a shield. Everybody else has a weapon. That that hey, this guy has a spear, so obviously he can do some shit. This guy has a shield. What are you gonna do? Block, and that's about it. And so reluctantly he gets a partner. He gets somebody to become his party member, and then he gets tricked. He gets robbed and accused of raping what he finds out later is the princess, one of the princesses, whatever. So he had all this money that they got. He stole all his money. He got his armor taken away, given to the spear hero. So off the bat, like again, like I gave the example of Metroid or any Assassin's Creed, like you had all this stuff. Now you got to start from the basics, and nobody wants to party up with you. So it's just a progression of his character trying to, um, try not to go, basically going from a baby face to a heel, if you want to relate it to wrestling, and then trying not to go too much over because if he does, there's a risk of him losing himself. And basically, some curses on him. So, um, the reason why I said I thought it was really good because when this one spear hero who's just a dummy, he just listens to the princess that lied. Like every time she would come on the scene, I was like, man, I wish somebody would just blast her with some magic or something because she was just run off her mouth. It's like he couldn't get like basically the character is trying to get progress in his quest, and every time he gets to an extra step, it's like they come and try to ruin his happiness. Like take party members away, excuse it as saying, hey, you're brainwashing these women and all this other mess. Um, so I mean, as far as his progression and how his character develops, I think it's really good, especially for his moves and stuff like that. But yeah, unfortunately, the only happiness I got was basically the princess who was lying and her father that's a king. And in the series is all about matriarchy, so really the queen is in charge. They get put on trial and basically they put a curse on her, basically called a slave curse, where you have to obey whatever somebody's asking, and everything comes out. So the end result is that their lives are saved, but the princess name now has to be dressed as bitch when she's in public. No, bitch when she's in the court, and then slut when she's part of the party. And
This
then her
sounds like
dad.
it went like from anime to hentai real quick, bro.
Right?
Well, that's a great thing that you said that because at least three times, and I had to look it up because I remember you guys. Well, at least I remember Hunter and Nico talking about Lolicon. The minute I saw Lolicon, I'm like, why does that sound familiar? And I was like, oh, that was that scene in Gantz where the main love interest was saved by an older man who was, I guess, trying to do something, was going to do something, but then the girl he rescued reminded him of his daughter, and he didn't do nothing. But the mention of Lolicon, and when I looked it up, I was like, oh, that explains a lot of things in this anime because at least for Shield Hero, mostly all his party members are women, and then it's a weird, and maybe it's just me. It's just weird attraction a little bit to one of the characters because she's a demi-human, so she's young, and as you get your experience, she grows older, but supposedly she's still at a
He's
age.
been underleveling her, is what you're saying?
No, actually, he hasn't been doing nothing. It's just she's getting infatuated with him, and then in Final Fantasy, I never played it, but I know there's some type
Sacrilege.
of it's called Chickadee or something that you can ride.
Chocobo.
It's a chocobo.
I heard it
Gotta
anyways.
ride my chocobo.
So there's a character
My
that's
God.
kind of like that, where she's a bird, but due to the fact she's a future queen, she can go from a bird to a human. But when she turns into a human, it's it looks like a young, childlike thing with feathers. And like the spear hero is like infatuated with her, and I'm like, there's times where my wife is like,
The fuck
one, what are you watching? Yeah, what are you watching? And two, why is it in these animes that they have these girls that look really young but they're supposed to be old? I say, Danielle, I don't know. This is where the
Now,
story
correct me if I'm
goes.
wrong. Isn't the age of consent like 15 in Japan?
First of all, that's weird that you know that. Second of all, I have no idea. I'm not going to confirm that right
Where'd you think he went cruising for fatties in the first place?
Yeah, and
now.
just so we're all on the same page, your Crunchyroll account has now definitely put you on a government list.
Yes.
That's an Eagles Crunchyroll.
Hey, girl,
But
you want to see my
but
Crunchyroll? So,
nah.
my first experience with lolicons was
It
actually
shouldn't
back
be
in college.
crunchy. Go see a doctor.
There was my roommate who I'm not gonna name. He was from Malaysia, from Penang Island actually, and he was really, really, really into Lucky Star, and like unhealthily so, and he was a proud, self-proclaimed lolicon, and I was like, bro, you are 19 years old. Like, you need to put childish things away and embrace reality, bro, because otherwise it's going to get weird real quick.
Now he's
But
going for that James Gunn approach, setting himself apart from the crowd.
Oh my God.
man. So some of the stuff that dude tried to introduce me to, I was like, bro, I'm sorry, I can't.
So, dude, this will give you 5 to 10. What are you doing?
Yeah, basically, like, it wasn't just that; it was also the body pillows, because that was still taboo at the time.
Were his
the
pillows able to
posters.
stand straight up on their own?
Ew.
If only because of the fact that they were also short.
Oh,
It was
God.
it was strange. It was really strange.
I do not appreciate
And-
these word
and
pictures
Rico-
y'all are putting in my mind.
Rico, I warn you, this is a slippery slope that may lead down a dark path, and I urge you to turn back.
Yeah, man, you already got the mustache going. You don't need any more.
It's jealousy right there.
Got the mustache, the
it's-
glasses, and probably a van that says free candy on it.
Not
Like,
to mention, he said, "Hey, girl, you want to go see my pop figures?"
No. Will you close that? No, we ain't doing that.
No.
No, I just think it's sometimes for me it's since reading Gantz and then watching some of the animes, and I'm not saying that it wasn't different than when I was younger. Like that's I guess
You're
I'm
just
coming
starting
into
to
the game
see it
of,
now.
Yeah, because like I mean I was talking to other friends about Ninja Scroll, and when we were talking about it, I'm like wow,
What's
Ninja
wrong
Scroll
with
was really
Ninja Scroll?
crazy, huh?
What's wrong with Ninja Scroll? I haven't seen it in like 15, 20 years, but you're about
No,
to
it was-
ruin
that
it
was-
for me.
that
I'm
was
pretty
It
sure.
was just the fact that when I was explaining to the guy I was talking to, he's never watched it. He's like 25 or whatever. So one of the jokes that me and this other guy that's about the same age, anytime he hasn't watched something that we've watched, we're like, where the hell you been? Like you young, whatever. So when I explained it to him, he's like, what the hell? It's like a samurai with ninja. I said, dude, it's basically just a dude that's just trying to get out the rain. He's not trying to make anything, and he basically crosses path while this demon was doing some stuff to some girl.
It's like, what if Jack
And it just
Burton was actually the hero of the story?
Yeah, so it's just a progression of events, whatever, and that kind of segues into the anime where, at least with that one, it wasn't oversaturated with the love thing. Like again, Gantz, when we read it, that was my one complaint because I hated the whole fact that it's like there's a forced love story to it, and then it's like some of the women are like, I don't need a man, I don't need this, and then the man just comes in and goes, hello there, and then all of a sudden, oh my god, I love him. I want to do all this stuff, and it's like
I just thought of Ewan McGregor whenever you said that. Hello
I
there.
know that's what I didn't. That's what I didn't on purpose. For real, some of the animes are like that. Like, dude just steps in and goes, "Hello there," and then, or the dude doesn't recognize her. Like, he ignores her. Like, everybody's fawning over her, and he's like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna go give me some water, or whatever." And then she's like, "He ignored me. He
I
must
have
be
to
mine,"
have
or
his
whatever.
babies.
Yeah, it's like it's just weird, and that's the only. At least with Shield Hero, I can say is it's not like that. Like you have one character that's infatuated with the sheer hero, but it's more or less of the fact that he rescued her, he fed her, and everything else like that, and it's a progression. But then again, it kind of goes weird because you find out in the series that it's basically two worlds that have to battle each other, and these are so the heroes are from parallel Japan. Let's say these two worlds are dimensions, and so the wave connects them. And so the she heroes are representing this one
describing
dimension
like
world.
the plot for Driver.
It's a whole bunch of because I was kind of getting lost. At one point, I was getting lost a little bit because you find out that there's the other heroes, but they're called something else from this other dimension world that have to fight each other. And so eventually, it leads the she hero to go to their world, and when they do, everything gets reset. So he's back to level 1. All his party members are level 1, and the demi-human that was looking like at least I guess a character that's in her 20s now is reverted back to how she looked when he rescued her. Mind you, there wasn't that much time, whatever.
So it's like a Monster Girl situation.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Monster Girl harem anime.
yeah. So it's one of the things where at least I'm interested in seeing what's going on. But at least,
Turn back.
yeah.
It's
then it's
Gandalf on the
weird, too,
bridge.
because-
You shall not pass.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the story because it's like you have the waves to get something. They have to do this whole protection, and then there's a spirit tortoise, and the spirit tortoise job is basically to cause, basically ensure that a certain amount of humans or characters die because if they do, the souls go to somewhere and it prolongs the waves from invading or whatever. So, uh, that's pretty much it in a nutshell on that one. If you catch it on Hulu, I think they have 3 seasons on Hulu. Wrestling, Brooklyn Brawler. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this guy.
The jobber of all jobbers.
Dude, he's a staple in wrestling. So when it was weird, not weird, but it was just surprising that he was in the Chris Van Velvet interview.
Oh, yeah.
And given, if you guys give it a chance, I posted it. How much he was involved in multiple wrestlers that are named wrestlers in their careers. Like in particular, it was a weird. My computer was listening to me, or my phone was, because he mentioned The Rock. How when Rocky Maivia came out, I don't know if you guys remember. Like Rocky Maivia, the fans hated him. I'm not saying I was the greatest fan, whatever, because he had all the flares, his hair, whatever. He doesn't look like how he looks now. And so Brooklyn Brawler was saying like when he was wrestling with The Rock, Rock was like, man, they hate me. And he's like, don't worry about it. He's like, keep doing the match, whatever. Don't listen to him, whatever. And there's a certain turning point where they switch from cheering for the Brooklyn Brawler to start cheering for The Rock, whatever. And that helps to prevail because the Chris was, he has his questions and he was up front with him. He's like, you lost a lot of matches. He's like, I don't think I lost any matches. He's like, I prepare people's career. I was the stepping stone to prepare them up.
I was gonna say, it's like if you wanted to get anywhere, you usually had like if you were doing something, Vince would have the Brooklyn Brawler job out to him.
Yeah,
He's like
the
old school Dolph Ziggler.
Yes.
Yeah. And I didn't know he was the second Doink.
Yep, he was the second Doink.
Remember that character? Which I think he said the Doink, the first Doink I think had possibly a drug or alcohol problem.
In all fairness, Doink 1 was so much better because he came off as like a horror movie character. Like Doink 2 was just kind of, it was almost too kid friendly, if that makes sense.
Right. Kid friendly in the good way or the bad way?
Oh, in the bad way. Like he looked like he'd blow animal balloons for your babies while he was trying to diddle them. Like
so how was the bad way not far enough? Why did you find that line in the sand and you're like, no, fuck it, the real one is right there?
No, because it was more like Penny. Like he come out to the ring and he just had that like aura of menacing around him. Whereas Doink 2 did not. He just looked like, hide your kids. He's gonna try and diddle them.
Again, we're finding the line and we're like, no, I think it needs to be that way.
But I'll say give it. If you have time, it's only like an hour interview. It was a great interview on how he propelled. The thing that made me laugh was that on YouTube, if you guys don't know, The Rock has a show based on his life, and there's Brooklyn Brawler talks about how between The Rock and Hunter Hearst Helmsley, how they had this they had certain matches and everything, and it was weird because on the YouTube short, whatever, they had it to where it was basically The Rock first meeting Triple H when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the whole blood, he was the nobleman or whatever with the cane, and when they first met, Rock was like, yeah, I'm gonna be like a way bigger star, like I had a belt, whatever. And when Triple H was watching him on the monitor, the match he was watching is The Rock versus Brooklyn Brawler. So in the Rock show, they show them wrestling or whatever. And I was like, damn, that's pretty cool right there. Like I don't know if they planned it, but that's really good on that part. And then continuing on with wrestling, Mark Henry, also known as Sexual Chocolate. That's a 2-hour, and Undertaker wants him to come back. That's why I was like, I broke it up in parts. But at one point, Mark Henry went as Sexual Chocolate, and he was talking about Mae Young. Because they were like,
the hand.
Yeah, and he said Mae Young be tripping me out, and they were like, why? He's like, cause she'd be like, let me see it, and he's like, no, what are you talking about? It's like she'd be trying to look at his stuff.
You got handsy.
Yeah, and so one thing that kind of again brings about like a full circle is that when he was talking about Mae Young, she said how it was hard for her in the business because nobody wanted women in wrestling, and so she had to learn to be tough. Like I mean, she was getting dressed in public restrooms, her car, whatever vehicle they had at the time, and she's like, one thing she learned to do is when somebody gave her some type of grief, she knew how to strike back, and they were like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, basically, she'll tell him, "Hey, your fly's undone," and when the wrestler would be like, "What are you talking about?" She kick him in his nuts. And a lot of times it's because he was saying that Mae Young will say like she'll be getting dressed or she's somewhere, and you'll have wrestlers come there and drop their draws or whatever their outfit is, and be like, "Hey, why don't you do a little something something for me?" So he's like, "What is she supposed to do?" She kick them in the balls when they're not paying attention. Um, which
Fuck
she
yeah.
felt which there was some animosity she said she had, and I think in particular like with Scary Sherry because she felt that she wasn't given enough praise from some of the new or the at that time the generations of women wrestlers coming through. Because again, Sherry was sent to her, I guess her gym or house, whatever, to how everybody gets sent somewhere to learn the wrestling. And Scary Sherry, I don't know if she was the first. I don't know if she's the first one, but she was the one that they had to kick her out because she was too much of a party, wanted to go out and party, do drugs, and at the house, you're not gonna do that right there on that
And
part.
you know what's funny is, as a guy who doesn't really watch wrestling, I do know about Scary Sherry and her stuff. So like that's saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. You mentioned The Rock.
Sherry
I
Martel
had
back in the day, though. Ooh, so attractive.
Secession Sherry. Yep.
I ran into a wild rock encounter. I posted in the chat. Apparently, World of Horror, which is one of my favorite turn-based RPGs based in Junji Ito style horror,
It's really good.
has The Rock as one of the possible allies that you can recruit.
Really?
Yeah, and I put the link in, and he's a chef. He has +2 strength to the party values, and his quote is "I'm the best."
Nice.
And it's The Rock in the turtleneck with the gold chain. That photo, like, yeah, it's
best
fucking
photo.
hilarious. Like they Asian him up a little bit, because it's World of Horror, and based in Tokyo. But yeah, I thought it was hilarious, because I was like, holy shit, that's The Rock. So yeah, check that out if you want to.
Let's see.
The ally's name is Iwa. That's IWA. Wait, is that a wrestling reference?
IWA?
Yeah,
Sounds like a belt.
It does,
International Wrestling Association. I wonder if
Maybe.
that is.
It'd be
I
worth
don't
looking
know.
into. I know the NWA
Yeah.
was the National Wrestling Alliance, I believe.
No, they were a rap group from California.
We have,
Yeah. Okay.
You do that every single time.
So it's funny is that the in the trivia section for this allies entry in the World of Horror wiki is Iwa's job of being a in brackets chef is also a reference to one of Dwayne The Rock Johnson's catchphrases as a pro wrestler. Can
If
you
you smell
smell
what
what
The Rock is cooking?
Exactly. It's great. So yeah, I thought you'd enjoy that little tidbit, having mentioned Mr. Dwayne Johnson.
Now, hey, I love the input. Um, the other thing I saw on YouTube, and I'm still diving deep into it. So, Destiny 2, the final shape is coming out. What I will say, if you guys, there's times to pre-order. If somehow you guys are, for those who are listening, or even for us, if you're trying to do anything on Destiny, you have until Sunday, June 3rd. It gets shut down for 24 hours, so they can start doing the whole preload and get ready for the final shape. A couple of things they've done that I just found out today was there is a D&D collab with the Wizards of the Coast for Destiny, for outfits and certain emotes. So, for example, warlocks, which are like your sorcerers or whatever, they do the whole
Warlocks and
lightning
sorcerers are two separate things altogether. One has
hey, this,
sold their soul to an outsider. One is naturally talented, being descended from the blood of outsider.
Okay, you fucking nerd.
Yeah, I need you to calm down. We're talking about Destiny. This is space wizardry.
Sorcerers and warlocks are not the same thing. Next, you'll be seeing they're all fucking wizards.
So then you would probably well, in this case with the warlock, they actually have an outfit that is the mind flayer.
Ooh,
For them.
Yeah.
nice.
The
So you
Titan
can
has.
You can sign a pact with a mind flayer and get power as a warlock.
How did you have 2 children? I really want to know.
got
Motherfucker,
really
find
fucking
a
lucky.
mirror.
What was that?
Some motherfucker find a mirror.
Moving on. Titan
Thanks,
has
Hunter. I know you're a real
has
one.
he has the they have the Apex Draconic set, and I think I posted the pictures. If I didn't, I'll post them in later on in the general. And then Hunter has some Spectorial something, but either way, it's a collab. Some of the stuff looks good, but I'm here to tell you more likely it's going to cost money. So, knowing Bungie, I would imagine it will be like $20 probably.
I'm going 35. Going 35.
I was going to say, knowing Wizards of the Coast, it's probably going to be 35.
I'll say 30.
You guys to get their cut too, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
because most
D&D 1's coming out, man. Throw out your 5.0 books. Nobody needs them anymore.
no.
That looked. Glenn
I
just
said
shit
the same
himself
thing
in
about
anger.
Next. Like, I said the same thing about D&D Next whenever they went to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I was actually glad they were getting out of 4, but, it's they've already fixed it. Why fuck it up, man?
It's really easy.
Seriously.
You just click the button that says, "Yeah, now you got to rebuy all your shit."
You bastards.
So the crazy thing is, and they also continue on with Destiny. If you don't want to have any spoilers, do not go anywhere and look for the information. Sony somehow leaked out some of the information, and initially it was mentioned that Sony leaked out the whole game.
Wait, you mean
Somehow-
Sony pulled a Sony? What?
Yeah, and this happened twice already. So, I think it was just one mission.
Leak. Oh my
one
god,
mission
how did
was
that
leaked,
happen?
whatever. So right now it's on Sony, that one, and people are actually feeling sorry for Bungie. As far as them can't get a break. Still messing with Fortnite. New season came
if
out.
it's not user data, it's plot lines, right?
Yeah, or emails. Fortnite has a new Mad Max, Metallica collab they have going on, which actually it's pretty fun, especially when you play with. I play with my son sometimes. We do duels, so it was always kind of fun. I'm trying to learn not to be too competitive, but kind of like trying to show them like, hey man, bad guys are this way. Let's go fire them.
So
go
what
fight
you're
'em,
saying is
whatever.
we
Only
want to
way
do a
he's gonna get
Nerdverse
good.
Odyssey stream. We got to do Fortnite.
I'm just
No,
gonna say,
no,
the only
whatever
way
you
the
guys
kid's
wanna
gonna
do.
get good is if you show him what's what.
The one thing I gotta learn, I gotta get the initiative to record is I am a Fortnite troll king. I accepted that title. King Goy is my gamer tag. Because between little kids and some of these kids will let you know real quick. When you snipe them, they get mad. Like, don't get me wrong, Call of Duty, there was some times where I said some choice words, you talk shit to each other, but these kids get mad and upset. I mean, to the point sending me messages like, "You suck. Why you run?" And then
You fucking camper, bitch.
Dude, my favorite from
Oh,
back in the
come meet me outside. How about
Xbox
that?
era was like you'd beat somebody in a game and they'd send you a message, be like, "Yo, I would have won that round if the baby wasn't screaming, or I gotta go fuck my wife, so yeah, that's why I lost."
I think if I play 30 minutes in All Drive, I'll get at least 2 types of invites. One's to be friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't friend anybody that sounds like a kid. I mean, nothing against them, because I don't know if
For
it's actual
obvious
kid
reasons,
or
because of suspicions.
yeah. And then 2, it's always the invite of 1v1. I get a 2v2, and then now I'll get on the mic like, "Why are you sending me invites? I don't take this game seriously at all. You suck, bro. Come over here. Why are you not facing me?" I said, "Cause I'm a sniper. What sniper goes and tries to fight anybody? I run. You forget about me. I come back, and then I miraculously snipe you." So, Troll King is gonna be my new Fortnite name or something. I don't know. The last thing, I don't know if you guys have. I posted. I don't know. Well, roughly the last thing was PlayStation State of Play. I missed it, but I caught it today. I think it was released today.
Mm-hmm.
They have some. I think it's gonna cost some money. They have some good games, and ironically,
Dude, Silent Hill
He's
2
up.
actually looks kind of good.
yeah, Silent Hill 2 looks actually good. I can't even remember if I even played Silent Hill 1. Um,
Wait a minute.
oh, they even said it.
Are they doing a remake of it?
Yeah, they're remaking Silent Hill 2. It comes out in October. I
Oh.
think it's like October 8th.
But they already did a remake of it, didn't they?
Not 2.
And the movie
Yeah.
was so
no,
much
they
better
did
than
like
the
an
game
HD.
anyway.
They did an HD update or something like that.
Oh, okay. They did an HD update, but nobody talks about that because they fucked it up.
Comment.
Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna justify it with an answer. He got a disgusting face, and then we're moving on.
So the games that state of play.
You
if
can't
guys
deny
have-
my claim.
No, your claim
All
is
right.
your claim is
Pat
invalid.
myself on the back for the victory.
Couple of the games. Some of the games that they showed was I don't mess with VR, but Aliens Rogue Incursion.
Mhm.
That looks kind of scary. They have another one called Skydance Behemoth, but that looks crazy because you're playing VR and basically it seems like you're going against some type of dystopian, kind of like I guess Middle Ages, whatever. But they have these huge freaking monsters like Titans that are huge, and you just see them walking. It kind of reminded me of I think it was a game called Echo or something. But in this case, it's VR. And
Shadows of the
you're seeing these
Colossus.
guys. Yes. And so then.
Oh, I thought you were talking like Echo the Dolphin. I was like, VR Echo the Dolphin?
Wow.
Okay, yeah, fuck yeah.
Dang, you went to Echo the Dolphin from Sega. Shit, that was
Like-
a good one.
Yeah, I mean, if they do a VR version of that, fuck yeah. Power to the Dolphin, bro.
So for you PC lovers, God of War Ragnarok is coming to you guys in September, and the DLC is also going to be in there. So that's the Valhalla
Nice.
DLC that's coming there. There's a 5v5 Concord game. Reminds me of Overwatch that is going to be coming out there for you guys who like to play that. This is the one that Nico I said that's kind of weird because we had that one question from the last podcast about games.
Yeah.
Kind of what was it, Sword of Axe game? Destiny. We mentioned Destiny Warriors. Destiny Warriors.
Dynasty
Origins
Warriors.
is- That's what I said.
You said Destiny Warriors.
It's the same thing. Critical Voice. It's coming in 2025.
Leave Rico alone.
Breath of the Wild is, I guess, it's supposed to be like a dress up. It's weird. Favorite childhood dress up games with Pokemon Snap.
Okay.
It didn't appeal to me on that part. Marvel's has the Overwatch called Marvel's Rivals.
Mhm.
That it's like a third person overhead kind of thing. Windsmeet is an open world martial arts adventure. I don't know why I got Dark. I think that game I got some reason I got what is it, Dark Souls kind of vibe, but it's probably not. Let me see. Until Dawn is coming to PS5 and PC this fall. Solid 2 Remake is out there, and I played it a little bit, but Monster Hunter Wilds looks like it's a cool game to come on that part.
Nice.
And Astrobot. If you have a PS5, I played Astrobot before. This one looked like they really made a bigger sequel. In the trailer, the way it looks pretty cool on that part. So those are a couple of things on PS5. There's also a couple of free play stuff from the 29th of May to June 7th. So there's a couple of codes. I'll post them in general, but to get certain icons, I think certain free games that are there. So even if you're not paying for the fancy PlayStation subscription, you can do that too as well. Let me see.
So, on mentioning the Silent Hill 2 remake, what did they do to my boy James, man?
Yeah.
Like
Sunderland's
they-
sounding weird. Looks weird. Sounds weird. He looks too young.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm not worried about the age thing because I mean he's sort of supposed to be a youngish, late 20s, early 30s sort of guy, but like they gave him the fucking what's
Leon
the name
Kennedy
with the
haircut?
mushroom people? No,
Oh?
well I mean that too, but the mushroom people hopping
Toad?
around all day.
The Mushroom Kingdom?
No,
Mario?
no, the mushroom
Yoshi's best
zombies.
friend.
Mushroom zombies?
Plants vs. Zombies?
No, oh my god, you guys are fucking it up.
Is it a penis?
No, it is
You're talking about 28 years later.
no.
Oh no, he's
Which
talking about The Last
I'm-
of Us.
The Last of Us, right? They did to James Sutherland what they did to what's her face in The Last of Us 2, and I don't know, made him kind of look like a non-gender specific Uggo. Like
I
James
just think
Sutherland
they made him more
originally.
bishy. Like he looks
I
more like a model than he does a human.
No, well, I mean in the original one he had classic masculine, handsome features,
Now he's a lot
but
more
in this one he
pointy.
kind of has like a crooked ass nose, and he looks like somebody like fucking what's her face Claw from The Boys sat on his face or something. Like seriously, like what the fuck? They fucked it up. We need to pull a Sonic on this one, bro. Make James pretty again.
Oh my god. And then, as far as games, I don't know if you guys are tracking. CD Projekt, they're finally done with Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay. Yeah, I heard
Um,
they're not doing the multiplayer now, which kind of sucks, but
Yeah.
whatever.
No more updates,
They
whatever
made their money. They got out.
Yeah.
Um, the talk is that they're starting to work or they're continuing to work on The Witcher 4.
Yeah, there's
Wow.
a couple. There's last I remember, there was like 2 Witcher projects. There was a Cyberpunk project, which was Phantom Liberty, and then a some like a new IP. So I think they're working on they're working on at least 2 other Witcher games and a new game and something brand new.
What genre or paradigm
Didn't
are
say.
they using for this new IP?
They
Oh,
didn't say.
okay.
It's just they're working on something.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Hey, maybe if they start working on a World of Darkness game, they'll finish it before Bloodlines 2 comes out.
God, right?
And then the last thing I got is, I'm saying without going too much into detail now, is basically just the same controversies. What's her name? Kathleen Kennedy mentioned the toxicity of Star Wars, even though I can kind of agree with her, and then at the same time I can disagree with her, saying that she approved scripts that were not good, and rehashing. And then George Lucas,
Hey,
in
but
another
Acolyte's gonna be
interview,
so good. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm hoping that it is. I mean,
So good, right?
I don't have
I
any
mean,
faith.
I mean, it's just fingers across.
I
I mean, my
got
whole thing
many
is
things
fingers
crossed
across.
for it.
I mean, she goes in detail how like people didn't like Ray. It is like I initially didn't.
She was a
I mean,
Mary
as far as-
Sue, dude.
It's
She was a
not-
Mary
no,
Sue.
it's-
Ray
listen, it's
had
not even
no.
it's not even
that.
Sue.
My
It's the
thing-
way she was forced on everybody. Because like Luke,
Well,
he
not
at
even-
least had a build up with. She was just kind of like out the gates. She was the best.
Yeah, there's no character growth. She's the same exact person at the beginning of the show that she is at the end of the show. Like, there's no character growth whatsoever, no change, irredeemable.
Why are any of you expecting character growth and progression for anything in a Star Wars film? Just shut the hell up and watch it for 2 hours and enjoy your time already.
Oh no! At the very least,
Consume
Anakin
product.
had some
No,
had
it was
some
like,
Stop
growth.
and consume
Okay,
new product.
Okay, boomers.
Jar Jar had fucking growth, right?
He did. He went
He
from.
did. Hey, he did when they were saying that he was a Sith Lord, and then I was like, man, that makes sense.
That would have been
then on
so
that part,
cool, but they didn't do that. No, I think the
But
fact he got on the Senate,
Lego movie.
That's
I think
the,
there's a Lego movie coming out that they did it. They made it canon.
Oh,
There's something
nice.
with them. It's a Lego movie. I don't think it's a game that's coming out, and basically something happens with the time, and Jar Jar Binks shows up, and he's a Sith Lord.
Oh,
So it's
man.
going back on the whole theory, like he was behind everything. But
God, I hope it's like Lego Dimensions 2. I would so play that.
I mean, me and my son, we looked at each other, and I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "I know about the theory." He's like, "Is that Jar Jar?" I was like, "Yeah, that's Sith Jar Jar Binks." Like, oh, he's like, "Me's the one to get you." I'm like, "Oh, okay." They didn't change his voice, but he's now as a Sith Lord. So,
Bend
yeah,
that
my
to
whole thing with
power.
my whole thing with Star Wars with Rey wasn't that I didn't like her character. I just felt like you just rehashed the New Hope
Yep.
when they did the Force Awakens. I was like, you just went from it's like like an infomercial for something like, hey, our one product. Well, guess what? Now you can roast a turkey, dehydrate meat, whatever. Kick the whole thing out of there. It's like it's just a rehash of a product.
Mm.
And with Rey,
You
I
like
mean,
orphans in the desert? Well, now you can have 2.
Yeah, the whole series, they just repeated the same trilogy 3 times
Yep.
over. So
Yeah.
I do
I'm-
find
I'm
it funny
bringing it
when
forward.
I hated the part
John
about
Boyega
the-
came in and said, "You're not going to Disney Plus my
You're
ass."
right. 3. There's 3 orphans in the desert.
Ew.
Although technically
then
Luke wasn't an orphan because his dad was still alive. So I stand by my 2. There you go.
Nah, he left him burning on. He left him on the planet because he had a burning crotch issue. So I think it's abandonment. That could be counted.
actually no, it was a crime. They were taken away from their father.
Well, he was kind of cut to pieces. So
Yeah,
He
but that's
was
for the
very
closest
last
ones.
missing.
resort.
She didn't have daddy issues. Oh wait, she did.
Oh, then what's crazy was George Lucas. He had an interview at the King. I think it was the King's Film Festival, and basically he said that Hollywood is basically they don't take enough risk, which I think some people said it was like a jab at Bob Iger because they keep tapping into the well trying to rehash stuff like Moana, for example. That's a live action coming out of
Yeah.
a rock, and then I just found out Moana 2 is coming out, and I'm like, aren't you supposed to
I
do
got
live action?
unreasonably excited when I saw the trailer for that movie drop. I was like, this is a goddamn kids movie, but I'm so invested. Let's go.
dude, those songs were catchy as fuck.
Hey, it's okay, you're welcome.
Welcome.
And then what's this dude's name? What is it? G.R.R. Martin. He also had to chime in saying that
Is that
Um,
J.R.R.
George
Martin's brother?
George R. Martin is who he's talking about.
yeah, George R. Martin or Marnie. I don't know. The Game of Thrones guy. He mentioned that, which I kind of thought was funny, was because he mentioned how after watching the Shogun, it shows what happens when you follow the books and the writers or
Mhm.
not the writers, the showrunners and producers. We don't try to go, hey, we got this book. Well, we want to make our own thing. And he's like, all you're doing is just copying my work, and then you're just changing it. Which I went to the comics because I'm like, hold on, didn't you approve for season 8? Even though I didn't watch, I knew the controversy was season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
But unbeknownst to me is that he told HBO that, hey, it's going to be another like 4 seasons for me to finish the books. And they gave an extension to the two. They gave the extensions to the 2 showrunners, and they said, nope, we're just going to condense everything so they can go work on Star Wars,
Which they never got to.
Yep, they basically got fired. So that, I mean, it's a whole Star Wars thing right here. But
Also, I'm gonna forever believe that George is just the biggest 5-head in Hollywood because he saw that the show's taken off like gangbusters. He's like, I could bust my ass to continue writing these books, or I can just tell these motherfuckers what's gonna happen. I'll let them write it for me, and if it goes well, great. I'm a copy and paste. But if it goes poorly, I know exactly how to throw them under the bus and write it how the fans want.
Yep. No, it was
Only
smart.
problem is he's failed to follow up on that and still continues to not release his fucking books.
Now that's a 5-head maneuver right there.
That's the real right there, bro.
Didn't he say the books like he said he's gonna have it done by 2026?
He also said that every year prior for the last 10 years. What's your point?
Yeah, I know.
He also said I'm gonna cut down on sugary treats and donuts, but that hasn't happened.
No, he's on the Yngwie Malmsteen diet. I don't eat donuts.
I mean, to his point, same with George Lucas. I mean, we mentioned it before. I'm all for adapting certain works, but yes, I do feel that when you adapt, and again, this is just like with Witcher and why Henry Cavill left. When you start deviating from the source material, trying to create your own, it goes from inspiration to basically just dog shit. I don't know. I can't even come over with a word
here's
for
the
it.
thing.
but
When you
Because
talk about
of what happened with the boys.
Yeah, but see, the boys worked because the boys took something.
That's what I'm saying. That this is the anti proof to it. Is that the comics were okay, but the show is fucking great.
I got another one for you, Snowpiercer. The actual comic, fucking trash. The movie, fantastic.
I don't know that the comic was trash.
Have you read it? It's really bad.
Not in a very long time. I don't remember it being trash, though.
I
Trash
didn't
versus
like
trash.
it at all.
Yeah,
The question is, which one did you see first, Hunter?
I saw neither.
I don't remember. Probably the movie.
It was the movie first.
So
Because it was
so
a
if
French
you saw the
comic, so it
movie
didn't
first,
get big here until it
Yeah.
came out.
yeah. So what that means is that you were already projecting the movie story onto the comic and filling in the holes that were left behind by the story. And so that's one of the problems with watching media as opposed to reading the book first is that you aren't able to properly visualize your own characters inside the book, which is why I'm a strong proponent of reading the book first in order to make your judgments, because you already have a tangible, media with which to say, oh, and this happened whenever they don't show it in the book.
Sure, but if you flip it, dip it, and reverse it with that take, then you just run into the same argument of, I don't like the movie, the book was so much better because they expanded on all of these other meaningless details that you can see as little Easter eggs throughout the
The
series.
written word is superior,
stay.
don't you know?
Just stay with the canon of the series,
No.
right? Like, there's no good, honest argument in either direction.
Oh,
There
don't
really
say
isn't. You're
canon
right
when we
about that.
just talked about Star Wars. Otherwise, Rico might have an aneurysm.
No, man, see, why you wanna
Canon,
associate?
canon.
It's not that. It's
Oh,
just
damn.
to both Glenn and Hunter's point. We all have a certain bias on something. If it's not the books, it's the movie. And again, it goes back to the lore. And the one thing I think some of these showrunners and producers do is that they ignore that fact. They're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I have a good product over here," and then they just go, I'm gonna take this stuff out." Again, you're changing a recipe, trying to substitute it with some other ingredients, and it doesn't take. I mean, not to make fun of people when it's the whole gluten-free thing. Like, is this gluten-free? Like, no, get your ass out of here. That's not. I get it. There's
Or
gonna be
it's
certain
adding hot sauce to an okay dish.
Or ketchup
I'm
to
just-
anything.
yeah, and so
get,
it's one of those
get
things
out of
where
my
it's like,
house.
and that's why I say again, I'm not saying Kathleen Kennedy doesn't have a point. That there is some male toxic fans because some of the ridiculousness I mentioned before, where I'm like, do these people actually read the lore, or do they first see woman, minority, and then go I'm like, yo, you do realize
They
it has
they
one
do
before
that
lightsaber.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like some of the complaints was like, how do you have a lightsaber that's a whip? And I'm like, they've been having that in the comic books or even in the books, whatever.
Dude,
So then it
fucking
goes,
Star Trek did it first. What
Hey,
the fuck are they called?
hey, we were talking about Star Wars.
I know
Get
we're
that
talking about Star
Federation
Wars.
crap out of here.
Yeah,
man.
Simpsons
we
did
want to
it,
see them
Simpsons
grab
did it.
that whip lightsaber and just be like, they see me whip, whip, they see me nay nay. And I want to see that on the next Disney Plus show.
I don't want to see that again, Hunter.
Hey,
I
there's your
don't.
entry for AMV8, or AMV Hell 8. There it is. They've
Wait, but-
closed entries, by the way. Super excited to see what the main product
Yeah,
is.
I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yeah.
So,
But that's my only thing. That's my only thing with lore is that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And after Marvel did their changes, I kind of gave up, but then I was like, I kind of accepted it to where the fact that everything was basically surrounding Tony Stark as far as Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look from the beginning all the way to Thanos, everything that was a certain way was because of Tony Stark's decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys ever peeped that out.
But I mean, the way that they got around that is that it's not this is canon, this is canon, this is canon. No, it's all canon. This just happens to be this particular universe, and so that makes perfect sense, like narratively, because of the fact that they're allowed to do that within the rules of the universe, and not necessarily so for Star Wars. They just threw it out because we need to write new stories because we don't want to be limited by the timeline that's already been written.
Right. And that's why with Kennedy, when she mentioned in the interview, like they didn't have established lore, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? You have the books before Phantom Menace, if you want to use it as a timeline, and you have books afterward. Were all the books great? No.
No, but Shadows of the Empire fucked, and we needed a movie of it.
Yeah, because again, when you took Force Awakens and you literally take Luke Skywalker's son's name, which is Ben, and you give it to Hanlo's, as far as Kylo Ren, that made me laugh. Like
It
that's
doesn't
literally
make
from
sense.
from the books. Yeah.
Well,
And
that's
then you make it to
that's the
where-
thing with that's the one thing I never got with Kylo Ren being Ben, was Leia. Leia had very little interaction with Obi-Wan. So it never made
Mhm.
sense for her to be like, "Oh, we have to call our son Ben."
But he started them on this path, and he saved them as small children. So the
And
narrative still
on
fits.
top of that, like I mean, Harrison or it's not Harrison Ford. Sorry, uh, 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 uh,
Owen Wilson.
no, Han Solo. Han Solo called Ben Kenobi, a fucking crock the
Yep.
entire time. He had zero respect for him.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, it never made
Yeah.
sense to have Kylo Ren
Never
be Ben.
made sense because it takes two to name a baby.
Yeah. And then again, when you have Rey and Kylo the way it is, it's like, could they be siblings? No, they're not siblings. Could they be siblings? No, they're not. Now there's a love interest. And I'm like, you could have wrote
Is
it
this
away.
Alabama?
Yeah.
Well,
like,
we knew that
again,
they weren't siblings because they didn't make out in the first film.
This is true. This is true.
Hey, Luke did not know that, okay? And it was just a real quick peck.
I do
Okay,
love the fact that
but
like the
real
original
quick
Star
peck
Wars was
my
made.
ass. There was
It
tongue.
was a real quick peck. That's it.
There was tongue.
No, there was not.
Listen, the whole thing was that he didn't know that there was going to be any more, so he was like, well, one and done.
Sure, but he's also
Oh my
escalated it in
God.
every film because in A New Hope, it was siblings tonguing each other down, and
There was no
then,
tongue.
bitch, do you want to recreate this so we can show you what tongue looks like? And then in the Phantom
you
Menace, and then in the Phantom Menace, the love interest of that story is a minimum like mid-teen age girl, early 20s at the latest, falling in love with a tiny child. And then like
Yeah.
thankfully they didn't continue to try to one up this progression in the latest trilogy, but yeah, there's no good love interests in Star Wars is really what it comes down to.
No, man.
Well,
No,
except
they
for
have.
Luke and his
They're
wife.
hitting all the right categories. If you think about it, you got the weirdos who like incest. You got the weirdos who diddle children, and just to top it off for a normal one, you get interracial. So it's like, listen, that's like top 3 Pornhub.
I mean, that's us to a T, man. God.
I like how you went from two negative things and try to come with, hey, we're just gonna throw this in as a positive, interracial. Just,
You hit that buzzword, man.
I did. I had to get one buzzword in.
oh my god.
Also, this is a segue back to an earlier topic that you had, because you just blitzed past cyberpunk so quickly. That reminded me of a fact that I saw the other day. Do you all remember when GTA Vice City was released? And no Google foo.
Oh, I do.
2001.
No, it was released in 2003.
Well, you're both wrong. It's right in the middle. It's October of 2002. But do you remember when the game was set?
Okay.
Wasn't it set in 73 or 70? Or no, it was
No,
83.
it was
80.
It was 80s.
It was 80s.
80.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was set in 1986, meaning that
Yep.
the gap between when the game was set in the 80s to when it was released is only 16 years, whereas the gap from when it was released to today is 22. And motherfuckers, we're getting old.
Yep.
That is the first Grand Theft Auto game that I played like all the way through and like actually like completed the story and didn't just mindlessly run over pedestrians while I drove throughout the city trying to get as many stars as
Yeah.
possible. Like
San
yeah,
Andreas, I didn't
I mean,
even
that's why they
finish.
made Lego City Undercover. Right?
but yeah, when you said cyberpunk, it reminded me of that.
Which I think in Fortnite you can take people's vehicles now. I think you said.
Oh, you can carjack in Fortnite?
Nice.
I believe so because right now the cars you can mod them. So you get tires, rams, you get a turret put on there, you get nitro on there now. I think
So
Sebastian said, yeah, you
it's,
can steal people's.
Gen Z Grand Theft Auto, just
Yeah,
with
yeah.
more, more RGB.
But is it
Or
like
wait, is
Grand
that,
Theft Auto? Is it like Grand Theft Auto carjacking where like the vehicle stops, you open the door, punch them and pull them out? Or is it like Halo where they're cruising
still
on by and like
driving.
you grab on and you're just floating through the air on the side of the Banshee punching at them trying to pull them out?
By the way,
I haven't
okay, since
tried.
we're
I
on
haven't
the
tried it
subject,
yet.
What is y'all's thoughts on the newest Saints Row release?
It sucked. I have it.
One
It's
from
yeah.
like 2012.
no, the one that came out like 2 years ago.
They went bankrupt.
Wait,
No,
I
they
thought-
they went.
wait.
Volition went bankrupt after this game.
Oh.
Oh, shit!
Well,
I
that
thought
doesn't
it
make
was
me
this
wanna
last
buy it.
year. Oh my
It might have
God,
been
the
last year, but I thought it
years.
was like a year or two ago.
Yeah, they went out. They went out of business. They're like,
Yeah, they got shit canned. Like I think it was last year.
Nice. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. Trash.
So that concludes my week.
Alrighty. Then I guess
I'm gonna head
we're
off
just down
to-
to little old me. So not a lot of like I went for quality over quantity this week.
Straight
Still
up
watch.
it. All right, what do you guys want to talk about now?
Oh, fuck off. So, so still watching House. I'm on season 5, episode 14. Still liking House. Still pretty good.
Was it Lupus yet?
Not Lupus. Well, I think there was an episode where it was Lupus. It's been
Yeah, I
Lupus
think it's
once.
in season 6 or 7.
Oh no, there was. It was like in 4.
Oh, was it that early on?
Yeah.
Wow.
So still going strong on that. I started diving into being a music producer. I've been making a bunch of songs on Suno, so using AI to make music. It's fucking great.
You're feeding the fucking basilisk, bro.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm getting some bangers.
What we
out
talked
of
about
it.
last time.
It's gonna create your next gym playlist.
Yeah. But no, like if anybody wants to give AI music generation a try, Suno is fucking awesome. They just released version 3.5, so you can have 4-minute long songs, and they've like fixed. They've added a lot of like better harmonization and how the vocals are actually produced and projected. So it's really, really good.
But
I'm losing respect for you right now, Nico.
That's fine. I
I'm
created a
I'm
song
judging.
about a woman with a hungry butt. It was great.
All right, you got 1 point back. Bro.
there was a good 2 to 3 year time frame where my name in League of Legends was Rectal Gulps.
Nice.
So like, I can kind of get behind that name. But I just wanted that
Hey,
vivid
that's your
imagery in
next
your
single.
guys'
There
head.
you go, rectal gulps.
Yeah, but like, here's my problem with this.
But
You're the most tone deaf person I've ever met. Even with the help of AI, how are you producing
That-
anything
that's just the
that
thing, he
can
doesn't
like be
need to
pleasant
be-
to your ears?
I literally posted them in chat. Go give them a listen.
he doesn't need to have tone. The machine will have that for him.
Exactly. I am doing the. So I wrote the lyrics for
Jesus.
the last song I posted on there. I think it's like Midnight Whispers. I really like how that one turned out. But the one that I did
Is
about
that
my
after
space-
an especially vigorous day at Taco Bell?
Yeah, exactly. The other one I actually did have some help from Bard to write it. Is like a battle theme for my Space Marine army. I like how it turned out. It produces heavy metal really, really well. Like especially like where it puts screams, like when it pulls back, when it like just goes fucking balls to the wall. It's really cool how it's working. So I'm having a lot of fun with that.
Talk about that first one then, because that one sounds like
Does it-
Batman Metal.
Oh yeah, it does.
Does it also like AI produce, the scribble scratches that make the band name that produced it?
No, it
No.
doesn't. But I can get Bard to do that for me. The other thing that I did, like little personal life stuff. Yesterday, I woke up at 7:30 in the morning to my son screaming and my wife screaming. What had happened was Roja, my youngest, who's a year and a half, decided to get up on the bathtub, climb onto the counter, sit inside the sink, and then grab my wife's eyebrow razor trimmer and slice a good chunk into his thumb. So he needed stitches, and
that's
I got about 4 hours off of work that day.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to go a completely different route, by the way.
No,
just because,
it went to.
I know how he.
He's just
that-
practicing
that's
for his
fucked
emo
up.
phase. But yeah, it was pretty bad. I think I handled it pretty well. I was like, all right, time to go to the ER. My wife was fucking losing it though. But he's fine. He now like really favors his hand. You would think that they took his entire hand off because he's like always holding it and won't let anybody touch it. It's kind of hilarious. But other than that, he's doing pretty good. He's recovering well. Aside from he's still sort of sick, so that'll be interesting for the plane ride coming up next week.
Just tell him you're down with the sickness.
Bingo. Little podcast news. We might be doing next week early on Wednesday because I fly out Thursday night to Korea, and I will be there for 3 weeks. So it's either going to be you guys are gonna have to Eiffel Tower Hunter for 3 weeks.
What sexual position are we doing here?
I'm just going to say Rico seems like more of a man in the middle.
No sexualness on that part. No,
I don't know that I want to be part of the sandwich.
This ain't the human centipede. No. There will be no gulping of asses or nothing.
I'd rather be the bun than the meat, please. Do I get to pick?
Come on, Pete Davidson. You are definitely the meat in this sandwich.
I don't think they can afford me. I'll be honest.
Top bun over anything. Just saying.
I just
That
rather
way I can
starve.
eat cuttlefish to my heart's content and
just
not have to worry
fast.
about the repercussions.
I'll fast. Give me coffee. I'll just fast and just
No,
drink coffee.
Rico. Apparently, this
Should
is
I have
the
the
cause
vanilla
that we have
cream?
been given.
Or the cuttlefish.
This is the lot we've drawn in life, and this is how we entertain people.
Oh,
God.
God.
Our new platform launches next week on OnlyFans, apparently. Tune in Wednesday night, y'all.
Oh
No.
yeah, so I'm gonna try and be on the podcast over the next like 3-4 weeks, but it'll be the latter 3 are gonna be a little interesting because I think the time we usually do the podcast will be about noon there the next day. So we'll see how everything lines.
So you're saying maybe we'll get out of here in an hour?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Other than
We're torturing these poor people.
Yeah, right. Other than that, a couple things that I found a little interesting. Have y'all seen the new Lego kit from Zelda? It's the Deku Tree.
Oh my god, it's
No.
like
You
400
mean My
fucking
Hero?
bucks, dude.
Bingo. At $200, I'd be like, okay, I think it's a reasonable price. Like, 'cause it's a lot of Legos, but $400,
That's
fuck that.
dumb. No, what you're paying for is fucking nostalgia.
Yup.
You know, because they know that millennials will absolutely buy that shit.
Oh, hands down.
And even if it goes on sale, like that's what's gonna happen. It's still gonna be $200 fucking dollars.
Listen, I'm a huge
They're like
Transformers mark.
50%
I didn't
off.
pay the $150 for Optimus Prime because I was just like, it's a Lego Transformer. That is just bad.
I would pay $400 fucking dollars for a decent Optimus Prime Lego over
Fair.
a fucking tree.
You're
Like
right.
seriously, like it doesn't even move. Like
Exactly.
articulation, I'll pay an extra $100 for that. But this tree does not fucking move. I mean, Jesus Christ, what is it
It's
like?
only
Double as a fucking butt
2,500
plug?
pieces.
Like seriously.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's not a
500.
lot of pieces.
500. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm getting pissed off. Here.
Yeah, I know you are.
That. What the fuck? Jeez, at the very least, the Mario set, you know, had a fucking, you know, IO Mario that move and make noises
Well,
and shit.
the thing that
You
I
know-
find crazy is
Oh my
the
fucking
Deku
God.
Tree is more expensive than the NES and the Atari. Like by buying the NES and the Atari set, it's the exact same price as the Deku Tree.
And you can at least hollow those out to get an actual like console working in those.
Exactly. So
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
Jesus, it's just gonna be an interesting looking butt plug at that point. Jesus, like,
But yeah,
What
my buddy told
the
me about that
hell?
once I had to look into it. And yeah, it was a little crazy.
Thank
What
you,
in
Hunter.
the bad dragon are you into, good sir?
Yeah, it went straight
I'm
to the
just saying the
negative.
internet has changed me.
Nah, I think
No,
something else
no.
has fundamentally changed you.
Again, this
It was
is
like,
on
hey,
this
it
is
was-
on OnlyFans every Wednesday night.
It was that beer. Ever since he drank that beer.
One man, one Deku tree.
Oh,
He saw the mason jar and he's like, "Psh, that's a warm up.
to hold my beer.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Literally holding your beer.
to get away from that insanity, Evercade has just came out with news on their new console. It's called the Evercade Alpha. It is a bar top arcade cabinet that will be able to utilize the Evercade cartridges. So I think that's pretty cool. Also has 2 USB slots so you can play multiplayer. I don't know if it has an HDMI out. It would be really nice if it did, because apparently it might be a really small screen. So getting 2 people to play on this thing might be kind of rough. So it doesn't come out till I think it's October, but it is going on pre-order next month. So anybody who's interested in that.
I mean, if it's on top of a bar, like that doesn't seem like too terribly hard of a spin.
Yeah, well, I guess people were kind of thinking it was either going to be like a home computer type thing, a upgraded version of the current console, or like an arcade 1-up cab. And it ended up kind of being more like the arcade 1-up cab, just a lot smaller. So I heard the screen's
but it's not
a little
like
bigger
the
than
EXPR that they came out with, right?
What was that?
It's not like the EXPR, the handheld that has 2-player as well.
I don't think the R has 2-player, because I have the EXP. There's no way to actually link up for 2-player, and I don't think that's on the release specs for the
No, the EXPR.
I think you're thinking of the VS. The VS is the home console.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're probably much more well versed on this than I am.
Just a smidge.
So I'll
I
take
just
your.
want to start
I'll
throwing
take
out some
your.
acronyms too now.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
In some game releases today, Scald just came out. It's a really cool procedurally generated retro style grimdark RPG. Kind of like Ultima, like the original Ultima games. Looks super fun. It is on sale right now for $13.49. There is not a prequel. It's more like a prologue demo. That's I think about like 6 to 7 hours long. Played through it. Highly recommended. Super fun.
That is actually on my Steam wish list. That's cool.
It just came out, so I'm gonna probably pick it up after the show. Aside from that, that's everything as far as my week goes and the news I've consumed. However, I do want to mention, if we ever do have more fan mail, you can now send it to the newly created Nerdverse Odyssey at gmail.com. I repeat, that is Nerdverse Odyssey at gmail.com, where you can send all your great, fantastic questions to these 4 dumbasses, and we will answer them.
Don't do it. They'll know how to find us. They'll backtrace our IPs.
Yeah, you guys remember
Sorry.
Born Legacy, where they had the hacking scene where it was just 2 people sitting at a laptop and they're like, I gotta hack the database, and it was just like a screen with some basic SQL commands on it, and they're trying to make it seem like it's this big intricate activity.
Oh, dude, you want to break a normie's brain? Just hit the hotkeys to open up the command prompt and start typing. People like all you gotta do is like what is it? List dir and then tree. As soon as that thing pops down, people just freak their shit out. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, so that's all I got. So whatever you guys want to talk about now, let's do it, because we only got about 10 minutes left.
I'm good. I think I've said my say.
All right, I got a topic, but I'll save it for next week because it'll probably take a little bit longer than 10 minutes anyway. So
all right,
we're good.
Rico, anything?
No, actually. That's about. I mean, yeah, that's about it. I'm just trying to catch up on anime and just again Bungie. It's gonna be my thing starting tomorrow to that time. So finishing out the story. So hopefully you guys will join me with that.
You got this, Cody. Finish your story.
Other than that,
was
just
that command prompt?
anticipation. Other than that, anticipation for.
I think it's like list tree. I think is the command. I could be wrong. It's been a hot minute since I've played around.
You said it with such
I'm
confidence
on
earlier.
PowerShell. My bad.
Oh, you
That's fine.
fucking jeez.
All right, what were you saying, Rico?
No, I was just saying that's about it. Just Bungie and just anticipating the Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
Yes.
So can't
Well,
wait for that.
in an effort to blue ball you all into anticipation for my topic next week, I'm going to speak about the controversy in a sport about sweaty men and women getting really close to each other and aggressively cuddling, and the topic of prize money versus legacy in the sport long term. It's a big fun hubbub happening right now.
Okay.
Oh, dude, yes, I so want to talk about this later.
All right. So I'm gonna say that's a podcast. That's a podcast.
Don't sue us.
Boom
We
diggity.
love you.
Yep.
All right.
Drink water.
Take it easy, everyone.